Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're journeying into the surprisingly relevant world of Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that packs a powerful punch for our modern lives. Ever get stuck behind a driver who seems determined to rewrite the concept of slow? Or maybe that email with the tone so dripping with passive aggressiveness it could curdle milk? We've all been there. Life throws us curveballs, and it's easy to get yanked around by anger, anxiety, or frustration. But what if I told you there's a way to navigate these storms with more poise and control? Enter Stoicism. It's not about bottling up your emotions or faking positivity. It's about equipping yourself to understand your reactions, manage them effectively, and ultimately find greater peace and purpose in your day-to-day. So, buckle up for a Stoic adventure. We'll delve into their core principles and proverbs, meet some influential Stoic thinkers like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, and see how their timeless wisdom can be applied to our present-day challenges. From anger management to fostering stronger relationships, Stoicism offers practical tools that can truly revolutionize your experience of life. Then, grab your drink of choice, get comfy, and join us as we explore the power of Stoic wisdom. You might just be amazed by how much this ancient philosophy can help you find calm in the chaos. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius, the esteemed Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, left us with a profound axiom that reverberates through the annals of time. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. In this succinct yet potent declaration, Aurelius encapsulates a cornerstone of Stoic wisdom, advocating for a response to adversity grounded in moral fortitude and inner resilience, rather than retaliation. This deceptively simple statement holds layers of wisdom, urging us to consider a path that transcends the toxic flames of revenge and leads to a far more profound victory, personal growth, and living a life of unwavering integrity. The allure of revenge is undeniable. It promises a warped sense of justice, a way to make the other person feel the sting of the pain they inflicted. Yet, this pursuit often leads us down a treacherous path. Consumed by anger and resentment, we become fixated on inflicting harm. This obsession can morph into a cruel caricature of ourselves, pushing us to mimic the very negativity we condemn in our adversary. We might compromise our values, engage in actions that twist our gut, all in a futile attempt to get even. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that true victory lies not in mirroring our enemy's actions, but in holding steadfast to our own moral compass. Revenge might offer a fleeting sense of satisfaction, but the cost to our character and sense of self can be a heavy burden to bear. It fuels a toxic cycle that can be difficult to escape. When we retaliate, we become unwitting participants in a never-ending game of tit-for-tat. Our enemy, stung by our response, might feel compelled to strike back, perpetuating a relentless spiral of animosity. Choosing to rise above this cycle, however, shatters the chain. By refusing to be drawn into the negativity, we deny them the power to control our emotions and actions. This approach fosters a sense of inner peace and empowers us to move forward, leaving the negativity behind like a discarded cloak. Instead of this idea, Marcus Aurelius suggests channeling that potent energy into self-improvement. The fire that could have been used to burn down bridges can be used to forge a stronger path for ourselves. Perhaps the actions of our enemy exposed a vulnerability within us. By examining this vulnerability and working on it, we become stronger individuals, less susceptible to similar situations in the future. This growth-oriented approach not only empowers us, but also demonstrates a strength of character that far surpasses the negativity directed at us. By the way, living a good life is the sweetest revenge, a victory that resonates deep within. By striving for excellence in all we do, building positive relationships, and contributing meaningfully to the world, we demonstrate the best of who we are. When we achieve success and happiness based on our own merits, it becomes a powerful response to any negativity. Their actions pale in comparison to the fulfilling life we have built for ourselves. This approach not only secures our inner peace, but also sets a powerful example for those around us. By choosing to rise above, we defy the negativity and, in turn, inspire resilience and strengthen others. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Marcus Aurelius. His renowned Stoic adage, "If it is not right, abstain from it. If it is not true, refrain from uttering it," serves as a fundamental tenet of Stoic philosophy, embodying a dedication to virtue and honesty that acts as a guiding principle for both conduct and communication. The initial clause of the proverb, stressing the imperative of righteous action, underscores Stoic philosophy's insistence on leading a life in harmony with reason and moral excellence. Virtue, often referred to as errate, is upheld as the paramount good, compelling individuals to nurture wisdom, fortitude, moderation, and fairness in their actions. By heeding this maxim, one not only preserves their own integrity but also contributes to the cultivation of a more ethical society, wherein virtuous behavior is championed and rewarded. The latter segment of the maxim underscores Stoic philosophy's unwavering commitment to truthfulness and sincerity in interpersonal discourse. Stoicism places immense value on clear and forthright communication, regarding falsehoods and deception as antithetical to both reason and moral integrity. Through advocating for truthfulness in speech, Marcus Aurelius underscores the importance of aligning verbal expressions with objective reality, thereby eschewing the dissemination of falsehoods or distortions of truth. When considered in concert, these twin imperatives exemplify the intrinsic connection between ethical conduct and authentic communication within Stoic doctrine. Stoicism posits ethics and logic as inseparable facets of a well-lived life, with virtue serving as the guiding force that informs both one's actions and comprehension of the external world. By adhering to the principle of acting rightly and speaking truthfully, individuals foster a harmonious integration of their internal values and external expressions. For real, Marcus Aurelius's enduring maxim encapsulates the foundational precepts of Stoic ethics and communication, urging individuals to prioritize virtuous conduct and veracious speech. By internalizing this guiding principle, individuals are empowered to navigate life's myriad challenges with steadfastness and dignity, thereby contributing to their own personal flourishing and the broader betterment of society. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius. For millennia, humanity has looked to philosophy for guidance on how to live a good life. Among these schools of thought, Stoicism, born in ancient Greece and flourishing in Rome, offers a powerful and practical framework for navigating life's inevitable challenges. A cornerstone of Stoicism lies in the profound insight of Roman emperor and Stoic thinker, Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This principle emphasizes the importance of focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, attitudes, and interpretations, rather than wasting energy on external circumstances beyond our influence. This core concept permeates Stoic teachings. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher who overcame slavery, championed the dichotomy of control. He distinguished between external events, like wealth or health, and our internal responses, judgments, desires, and actions. By mastering our reactions and interpretations, we cultivate inner freedom and resilience in the face of external circumstances. Often misunderstood, the Stoic concept of apatheia doesn't mean apathy. It signifies a state of tranquility or freedom from emotional turmoil. Stoic luminaries like Seneca and Aurelius advocated for detaching from external outcomes, recognizing that true peace of mind shouldn't hinge on external events. Stoicism also provides practical tools for building resilience. The practice of premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils, involves mentally preparing for potential adversities by envisioning worst-case scenarios and rehearsing constructive responses. By confronting hypothetical challenges beforehand, we inoculate ourselves against the destabilizing effects of unexpected misfortunes. Reason and rationality are central to Stoicism's approach to navigating life's complexities. As Stoic philosopher Cleanthes expressed, "Lead me, O Zeus, and thou destiny, whithersoever ye have appointed me to go. I will not turn aside." This reflects a willingness to accept the course of events while maintaining agency over our responses through reason and the pursuit of virtue. In essence, Stoicism invites us to recognize the power of our minds. We have the power to choose our perspectives, responses, and interpretations of the world. By embracing this internal locus of control and cultivating a Stoic mindset, characterized by resilience, equanimity, and rationality, we can find strength and tranquility amidst life's inevitable storms. Anger, if not restrained, is frequently more hurtful to us than the injury that provokes it. Seneca, anger, if not restrained, is frequently more hurtful to us than the injury that provokes it. This powerful emotion, if left unchecked, can become a self-destructive force, scorching not just those around us, but also the very ground we stand on. Seneca's wisdom doesn't advocate for the complete eradication of anger, but rather for its careful taming. Let's delve deeper into why embracing restraint, rather than elimination, is the key to a life filled with greater peace. The initial spark of anger might be justified, a reaction to a perceived injustice. But much like a fire, unchecked anger consumes everything in its path. Harsh words erupt, bridges crumble, and relationships are left in smoldering ruins. The intended target of our fury might remain unscathed, but the inferno within us leaves a trail of devastation. We become consumed by negativity, clouding our judgment and potentially escalating the situation further. Furthermore, anger rarely exists in a vacuum. It has a ripple effect, impacting everyone in its path. A parent's outburst creates a tense atmosphere in the home. A manager's uncontrolled rage demotivates their team, and a driver's road rage endangers everyone on the road. This creates a vicious cycle where the initial grievance becomes overshadowed by the collateral damage caused by the angry response. Perhaps the most insidious consequence of unrestrained anger is the seed of bitterness it sows. When we dwell on the injustice that sparked our anger and hold on to resentment, we poison ourselves. This bitterness clouds our ability to forgive and move forward. The person who wronged us may have long forgotten the incident, while we remain chained to the negativity. However, Seneca's message isn't about suppressing anger altogether. Anger can be a valuable signal, alerting us to a threat or injustice. The key lies in recognizing that feeling and choosing how to respond. By practicing restraint, we create a crucial space between the triggering event and our reaction. This space allows us to think clearly, choose our words carefully, and potentially find a more constructive solution. Learning to manage anger is the path to cultivating inner peace. This doesn't mean becoming passive or ignoring wrongs. It means responding with strength and reason, rather than impulsive anger. When we master this skill, we become less susceptible to emotional manipulation and external circumstances. We reclaim control of our emotional state and navigate life's challenges with greater clarity and resilience. Anger may never be completely extinguished, but by understanding its destructive potential and practicing restraint, we transform its power. This shift empowers us to find solutions, build stronger relationships, and ultimately live a life characterized by greater peace and inner harmony. He who angers you conquers you. Elizabeth Kinney, often attributed to Seneca. Picture this. Someone cuts you off in traffic, makes a snide remark, or does something deliberately inconsiderate. Your immediate reaction is to bristle with anger. It feels like the natural response, a way to assert yourself and regain control in the face of perceived disrespect. However, Elizabeth Kinney, often mistakenly attributed to Seneca, offered a powerful counterintuitive truth in her proverb, "He who angers you conquers you." By yielding to anger, you unwittingly surrender your inner peace, effectively handing the reins of your emotional state to the very person who provoked you. This wisdom dismantles the illusion of control that anger often deceives us into believing. When someone pushes our buttons, it's easy to think that reacting angrily is a demonstration of strength or dominance. Yet, the reality is quite the opposite. In succumbing to anger, we relinquish control, allowing the actions of others to dictate our emotional responses. They become the puppeteers, manipulating our feelings with their words or actions, while we unwittingly become the marionettes, dancing to their tune. For real, this proverb shines a light on the subjective nature of anger. What incites fury in one person might leave another completely unfazed. This variability stems not solely from the external event itself, but also from our individual interpretations of it. For instance, the same driver cutting you off in traffic could be perceived as a reckless individual by one person, while another might consider the possibility that they're rushing a loved one to the hospital. Our perception of the situation profoundly influences our emotional reactions, underscoring the fluidity of anger. Furthermore, anger, when left unchecked, tends to escalate rapidly. Our initial outburst often provokes a reaction in the other person, which in turn fuels our own anger even further. This creates a destructive cycle that can spiral out of control with alarming speed. Words morph into insults, arguments escalate into shouting matches, and the bridges of communication crumble under the weight of anger. Yet, by consciously choosing not to respond with anger, we disrupt this cycle and prevent further harm from occurring. However, releasing anger doesn't equate to condoning or excusing the behavior of others. Instead, it involves making a conscious decision not to allow their actions to dictate your emotional state. This shift in perspective is immensely empowering. You regain control over your emotional well-being and deliberate on how best to respond. Whether it's setting firm boundaries, calmly addressing the situation, or simply walking away, the key is to choose a response that aligns with your values and contributes to a peaceful resolution. This proverb beckons us to cultivate inner peace. By relinquishing the hold of anger, we liberate ourselves from the emotional turmoil it instigates. We become less susceptible to manipulation and external circumstances, fortified by a newfound sense of inner strength and resilience. While moments of anger may still arise, we no longer allow ourselves to be held captive by its grip. Instead, we acknowledge its presence, understand its origins, and consciously opt for responses that empower rather than diminish us. This shift in perspective holds the key to a life brimming with greater peace and self-mastery. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Marcus Aurelius. Let's talk again about Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, presents a timeless truth in his statement, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This principle transcends mere feelings of contentment. It delves into the core of our emotional experiences, particularly addressing the pervasive emotion of anger. By suggesting that the control of our thoughts leads to tranquility, Aurelius hints at a profound shift in perspective, wherein anger loses its grip on our lives. And now, we will delve deeper into this concept. Our thoughts serve as filters through which we interpret the world around us. A negative thought, such as, "This traffic jam is ruining my day," has the power to instantly taint our perception, magnifying a minor inconvenience into a significant source of frustration. Conversely, a positive thought, like, "This gives me extra time to listen to my audiobook," has the capacity to reframe the situation, diminishing its impact on our emotional state. Here lies the potency of conscious thought. By recognizing negative thought patterns, we empower ourselves to challenge them. Is the traffic jam genuinely ruining our day, or is it merely an obstacle to navigate? Can we find ways to utilize the time productively or engage in activities that bring us joy? By deliberately opting for more positive or neutral thoughts, we seize control of our emotional responses, steering ourselves towards a calmer and more balanced state of being. Moreover, anger often arises from feelings of injustice or perceived threats, both of which are shaped by our thoughts. Consider a scenario where someone cuts you off in traffic. Your initial reaction might be, "That inconsiderate jerk." This thought fuels anger, intensifying your emotional response. However, by consciously choosing a different perspective, such as, perhaps they're rushing to an emergency, you can internally de-escalate the situation. This doesn't equate to condoning their behavior, but rather prevents them from exerting control over your emotional equilibrium. Granted, mastering this practice isn't without its challenges. Negative thought patterns can be deeply ingrained, requiring consistent effort to overcome. The key lies in practice. Mindfulness exercises, such as meditation, serve as invaluable tools for heightening awareness of our thoughts and emotions. With dedicated time and energy, we can hone the skill of recognizing ourselves in negative spirals and redirecting our thinking towards more positive or neutral realms. It's crucial to acknowledge that Marcus Aurelius's quote doesn't promise immunity from anger. After all, anger is a natural facet of the human experience. However, by assuming command of our thoughts, we possess the ability to significantly diminish both the frequency and intensity of our anger. This, in turn, equips us to respond to life's challenges with equanimity and rationality, fostering a path towards a more serene and fulfilling existence. Do not waste time on what you cannot control. Epictetus. The wisdom encapsulated in Epictetus' quote, "Do not waste time on what you cannot control," offers profound insight into the management of emotions and the navigation of life's challenges. This core tenet of Stoic philosophy, emphasizing reason and virtue, holds the key to cultivating greater emotional resilience and control. Understanding the significance of this principle enables a more effective harnessing of its power, fostering a deeper sense of inner peace and well-being. To commence, fixation on uncontrollable events inevitably breeds negative emotions such as anxiety, frustration, and anger. Whether it be the unpredictability of the weather, the frustration of being stuck in traffic, or the actions of others beyond our influence, the preoccupation with these external factors results in the relinquishment of power to the situation at hand. This surrender often leads to a sense of helplessness, fueling a downward spiral of negativity. Embracing the notion that certain things lie beyond our control liberates us from the emotional turmoil they may provoke, fostering a greater sense of detachment and equanimity. It's true that the focus on factors beyond our control detracts from what truly matters, the inner landscape of our thoughts, actions, and reactions. These internal dynamics profoundly shape our experience of the world, yet they often take a back seat when attention is consumed by external circumstances. Epictetus' wisdom serves as a poignant reminder to redirect focus inward, empowering the nurturing of emotional well-being by attending to our choices, perspectives, and behaviors. Investment of energy in the aspects of life we can influence allows reclamation of agency over our own narratives, fostering a deeper sense of empowerment and self-awareness. And plus, embracing this principle fosters a proactive approach to life, an approach grounded in acceptance and action rather than futile resistance. Acknowledgement of the limitations of our control frees us to invest our efforts where they can make a tangible difference. This may entail development of coping mechanisms for stressful situations, setting of realistic goals, or practice of self-compassion in the face of adversity. In embracing our constraints, we unlock a newfound sense of agency and purpose, enabling navigation of life's complexities with greater resilience and efficacy. And finally, letting go of what lies beyond our control engenders a profound sense of peace and acceptance. Embracing the inherent uncertainty of life cultivates a more relaxed and adaptable mindset, allowing weathering of storms with grace and composure. This acceptance is not synonymous with resignation. Rather, it signifies a willingness to embrace life's ebb and flow with open arms, understanding that not everything will unfold according to our plans. In doing so, liberation from the shackles of expectation is found, and solace is discovered in the serenity of the present moment. Finding true wealth, how Epictetus's wisdom can manage your emotions. Epictetus's adage, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants, offers a powerful perspective on achieving emotional well-being. It challenges the societal obsession with material possessions and highlights the importance of cultivating contentment. By understanding this principle, we can learn to manage desires and find true wealth, leading to a calmer and more fulfilling emotional state. Firstly, the relentless pursuit of material possessions often fuels envy, frustration, and dissatisfaction. The constant bombardment of advertising and social media creates a distorted sense of need, convincing us we lack happiness unless we acquire the latest gadgets or trends. When our desires outpace our means, we experience a constant sense of lack, leading to emotional turmoil. Epictetus's wisdom encourages us to reevaluate what truly matters and prioritize experiences and relationships over fleeting possessions. Secondly, a life driven by wants creates a dependence on external factors for happiness. We become attached to the idea that acquiring certain possessions will bring joy. However, this happiness is often fleeting, and the desire for more becomes a never-ending cycle. This dependence on external validation leaves us vulnerable to emotional fluctuations based on whether our desires are fulfilled. By focusing on having few wants, we liberate ourselves from this external dependency and cultivate a sense of inner peace that arises from within. Thirdly, having few wants allows us to appreciate the simple things in life. When we are not consumed by the pursuit of possessions, we become more present and mindful of the beauty around us. A meaningful conversation, a stunning sunset, or the company of loved ones. Gratitude for these simple joys fosters a sense of contentment and well-being, leading to a more positive emotional state. By prioritizing simple pleasures over material desires, we cultivate a sense of abundance even without an abundance of possessions. Fourthly, limiting wants fosters a sense of freedom and liberation. We are no longer slaves to consumerism or the pressure to keep up with the Joneses. This detachment allows us to focus on personal growth, meaningful pursuits, and building fulfilling relationships. When we are not consumed by acquiring and maintaining possessions, we have more time and energy to invest in activities that bring us genuine happiness and purpose. This shift in focus leads to a more fulfilling life and a more positive emotional outlook. Finally, living with few wants promotes resilience in the face of challenges. When our happiness is not dependent on external factors, we are less likely to be devastated by setbacks or losses. This allows us to navigate difficult situations with greater emotional stability and a focus on finding solutions. By prioritizing experiences and inner growth over possessions, we build an emotional foundation that can withstand life's inevitable ups and downs. In conclusion, Epictetus's message encourages us to redefine wealth and prioritize contentment. By having few wants, we free ourselves from the emotional roller coaster of chasing possessions and cultivate a sense of peace, gratitude, and freedom. This shift in perspective leads to a more fulfilling and emotionally balanced life. Marcus Aurelius, another towering figure in Stoic philosophy, famously said, "Our life is what our thoughts make it." This sentiment resonates deeply with the wisdom of Epictetus, who offered a powerful yet deceptively simple proverb for managing emotions. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. While this quote might seem obvious at first glance, its true significance lies in its ability to shift our perspective on the very nature of emotions and empower us to take charge of our emotional well-being. Imagine life as a stage. We encounter a constant stream of events, some pleasant, some challenging, some downright frustrating. These events, like actors in a play, take their positions on the stage. However, Epictetus reminds us that we, the audience, hold the power to define the play's emotional arc. The actors themselves, the events we encounter, don't inherently carry emotional weight. It's our interpretation, the narrative we weave around these events within our minds, that ignites the spark of emotion. A flat tire on the way to work can be interpreted as a major inconvenience, throwing our entire day into disarray, or as a minor setback, a bump in the road that requires a quick adjustment. The choice, and the resulting emotional experience, lies entirely with us. This power of interpretation is a double-edged sword. Dwelling on negative interpretations, replaying the what-ifs and injustices of a situation, fuels negative emotions like anger, frustration, and resentment. We become prisoners of the past, reliving the event with each ruminating thought. Epictetus, however, urges us to break free from this emotional prison. By acknowledging that we can't control the events themselves, the flat tire, the rude comment, the unexpected loss, we liberate ourselves to focus on what truly matters, our response. This shift in focus is akin to stepping off the emotional roller coaster and taking the driver's seat. Instead of being tossed around by the external events, we can choose to respond consciously. Perhaps a deep breath and a mental reframe can help us see the flat tire as an opportunity to practice patience and resourcefulness. Maybe the rude comment can be a reminder to practice compassion, understanding that everyone is battling their own internal storms. By cultivating this awareness of our thoughts and reactions, we unlock a treasure trove of emotional resilience. We learn to identify the negative thought patterns that fuel emotional reactivity and replace them with more empowering narratives. This conscious effort, practiced over time, strengthens our emotional foundation, allowing us to navigate life's inevitable challenges with greater composure and emotional agility. Life, as Epictetus reminds us, throws us curveballs, but it's our response, not the pitch itself, that determines the emotional outcome of the game. Marcus Aurelius, the venerable Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, also offers a timeless piece of wisdom that serves as a beacon for navigating the complexities of human relationships. Before succumbing to the urge to criticize, he implores us to engage in a profound act of introspection. Whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize? This seemingly simple proverb unlocks a treasure trove of emotional intelligence and self-awareness, providing a roadmap for cultivating deeper understanding and compassion in our interactions with others. Aurelius's guidance isn't a call for self-flagellation, but rather a transformative journey of self-discovery and growth. Instead of the reflex to point fingers, he encourages us to pause and examine our own vulnerabilities, biases, and emotional triggers. By confronting these aspects with honesty and humility, we lay the groundwork for a profound shift in how we interact with others. Empathy, compassion, and understanding naturally blossom when we acknowledge the human condition within ourselves, fostering deeper connections and fostering a sense of shared humanity. This introspective practice also serves as a powerful antidote to the destructive cycle of negativity that often plagues relationships. In the heat of the moment, when emotions run high, Aurelius's words remind us to take a breath and exercise restraint. By considering the parallels between our own faults and those we're quick to criticize, we create a space for rational thought and emotional regulation. This pause fosters healthier communication, allowing us to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively, thereby diffusing tensions and promoting harmony in our interactions. Furthermore, Aurelius's principle promotes a culture of accountability and personal responsibility. He encourages us to move beyond externalizing blame and to instead take ownership of our actions and attitudes. By acknowledging our contributions to conflicts or misunderstandings, we empower ourselves to break free from destructive patterns. This commitment to self-awareness strengthens not only our individual well-being, but also the fabric of our relationships and communities, fostering a culture of trust, respect, and cooperation. In essence, Aurelius's proverb offers a powerful prescription for cultivating emotional intelligence, fostering empathy, and building more meaningful connections with others. It challenges us to embark on a journey of self-discovery, to embrace our imperfections with grace, and to approach criticism with curiosity rather than defensiveness. By doing so, we not only enrich our own lives, but also contribute to a world where understanding, compassion, and mutual respect flourish, creating a ripple effect of positivity and goodwill in our communities and beyond. In the annals of history, there exists a tale that embodies the profound wisdom of Marcus Aurelius and his Stoic principles. It is a story of a pivotal moment in the life of the Roman emperor, a moment that tested his commitment to self-awareness, empathy, and emotional control. As the ruler of the vast Roman Empire, Marcus Aurelius faced numerous challenges, both internal and external. Among these challenges was the constant threat of rebellion and unrest within the empire. One day, news reached Marcus of a revolt brewing in a distant province. Incensed by the perceived betrayal of his subjects, Marcus was consumed by anger and frustration. He was ready to dispatch legions to quell the rebellion with force, to punish the perpetrators without mercy. However, before giving in to his impulses, Marcus remembered his own teachings and the proverb that had guided him through countless trials. Whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize? He paused and reflected on his own faults, his own moments of weakness and folly. In that moment of introspection, Marcus realized that his own impatience, arrogance, and harshness had contributed to the discontentment simmering within his empire. With this realization, Marcus chose a different path. Instead of responding with wrath and vengeance, he resolved to address the root causes of the rebellion with wisdom and compassion. He dispatched emissaries to the troubled province, not as conquerors, but as listeners and peacemakers. He sought to understand the grievances of his subjects, to empathize with their struggles, and to offer solutions that would address their concerns without resorting to violence. Through his empathetic approach, Marcus was able to quell the rebellion and restore peace to the troubled province. More importantly, he strengthened the bonds between himself and his subjects, fostering a sense of trust and loyalty that would endure for generations. In this moment, Marcus exemplified the Stoic ideals of self-awareness, emotional control, and empathy, demonstrating how these principles could not only guide individual conduct but also shape the course of history. The story of Marcus Aurelius and the rebellion serves as a powerful reminder of the transformative power of Stoic philosophy. It illustrates how self-reflection and empathy can temper our impulses, mitigate conflict, and foster understanding and cooperation. In a world fraught with discord and division, the lessons of Marcus Aurelius continue to resonate, offering a timeless blueprint for navigating the complexities of human relationships with wisdom, compassion, and grace. In drawing our discussion to a close, it's abundantly clear that the profound philosophy of Stoicism holds a wealth of wisdom for those seeking to navigate life's tumultuous waters with grace and resilience. Through the teachings of luminaries like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, we're reminded that we possess the agency to master our emotions and transcend the shackles of anger. Indeed, Stoicism provides a roadmap, guiding us towards a state of inner tranquility and fulfillment even amidst life's most trying circumstances. At its core, Stoicism invites us to reconsider our relationship with anger, challenging the notion that it's an inevitable response to external stimuli. Instead, it encourages us to view anger as a choice, a product of our interpretations and reactions to the world around us. By cultivating self-awareness and emotional control, we gain the power to break free from the grip of anger, responding to adversity with clarity and composure rather than succumbing to impulsive reactions. This philosophy also offers us a profound perspective on the transient nature of external circumstances and the futility of chasing after fleeting desires. Through the practice of detachment and acceptance, we're encouraged to find contentment in the present moment, liberated from the endless pursuit of material wealth or status. This acceptance of life's uncertainties fosters a sense of inner peace and equanimity, allowing us to navigate the ebb and flow of existence with grace and resilience. In embracing the Stoic way of life, we're called to cultivate virtues such as wisdom, courage, and moral integrity. By aligning our actions with these guiding principles, we not only free ourselves from the burden of anger, but also contribute to the betterment of our communities and the world at large. Indeed, Stoicism offers us a timeless blueprint for living a life of purpose and meaning, reminding us that true happiness lies not in the pursuit of external goods, but in the cultivation of virtue and inner harmony. As we embark on this journey of self-discovery and personal growth, may we continue to heed the profound teachings of the Stoics, embracing the path of wisdom, resilience, and profound inner peace.